Okay. Hello, everybody. Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here this morning with me, and also welcoming me with to be with me today is Kandi Mullen. I'm so excited about her being here today. I've seen her on Terry Renner's Holding Your Space show, and I think you're going to enjoy listening to what she has to say. And we'll do a few readings, and let's just have some fun and relax. So, welcome, Kandi. Thank you for being
Thank you, Aley. Yeah, thank
here.
you for inviting me on your channel. I'm really excited. I was actually kind of surprised. I was like, oh, when I saw your email, and I thought, well, how fun is
Oh,
that? This will
that's
be fun
wonderful.
and
Yeah,
inspiring and uplifting, and I think we all can use it.
we can use it with the chaos that we're dealing with on a daily basis. It's important for us to find a respite in some place here. And so I thank you again for coming. So, how long have you had your channel up here on YouTube, Kandi?
Well, I officially launched with my first video on January 11th. And I think I actually had posted an announcement that I would be doing a series, a Reiki self-care series, I think on January 7th. So
Okay.
really, what's that about? Not
A
quite
month
2
and a
months
half?
yet.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But that
yeah.
but that doesn't say anything about how long you've been around per se, right?
No,
Because you've had your
that's right.
website too, right? You've had a website and you've been
I
doing
have a
your Reiki.
website.
Yeah, and
And
you
I
teach
had
your
done readings with Terry at Holding Your Space. I think last summer we did 4 or 5 shows
Oh,
together. I think over the
okay.
summertime, maybe the spring into the summer.
Okay.
So I had been on YouTube Live, but I
Right.
had,
Just
a
not had your own channel. Yeah.
correct.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's how a lot of people start. There's 5 or 6 people that we talk a lot, and I have them on a lot. They don't have a channel, but they actually like coming on and not having to worry about a channel. But everybody's in a different place. So I'm glad to hear that you have Reiki self care videos to watch on your channel. And is your channel simply? I have it in the notes, but is it
Mhm.
simply Kandi Mullen?
Yeah,
Is that the
at
name of
Candy
the
Mullen,
channel?
and you can find me. Yeah, I
Okay.
decided not to use my Reiki for Wellbeing website name because
Okay.
it's really going to be much broader.
Sure.
Reiki just seems more really specific. And I am
Mhm.
working through trying to figure that out. So actually, I may launch a new website because I have the domain Candy Mullen, and I'm thinking about creating another
Awesome.
website and then just having everything under that umbrella.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's funny that you mentioned that because in 2007, I bought a domain name from GoDaddy, I think it was, with my name, Aley Martin. And
Mhm.
I've been paying for it. It's not much. It's like, I don't know, $20 a year or something. And I wondered if I'd ever do anything with it. And now I'm considering that if I can get some money together, because I really do think it can bring in, between that, Facebook, Instagram, some of the other places, it can bring in people that are looking for that message. So that's fabulous. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Uh,
it's easy for somebody if they type your name in, everything will come up. Like if you've written a
right.
book or books or, you have music or whatever, it's just a great way to have everything or very searchable.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and I know that they talk about that. I'll get an email every once in a while from these guys who want to boost you on Google,
Mhm.
and bring in all your stuff together. I just haven't had the extra money to do all of that yet, but
Well, and
it's
it's
starting to be.
overwhelming. There's
It is.
so much that I need to do and so much that I need to consider. And it may be time just to bring somebody on board to help out with some of that stuff.
I get that. I
Yeah.
totally get that. So, how long have you been doing Reiki? What brought you into the idea that you wanted to do the Reiki?
Well, that's a good question because I didn't realize that I wanted to do Reiki when
Okay,
it presented itself to me.
that makes sense. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. It
yeah.
was at a time, this was back in 2009, and it was at a time where I had been experiencing or a lot of things that I had as a child that I
Mhm.
suppressed because it was kind of scary to me. I didn't understand it and I didn't
Sure.
have a mentor.
Mhm.
It started creeping back, and by the early 2000, mid 2000, it was full on, and I really didn't know what to do with everything. And
Sure.
so I kept asking and just, you know, quietly to myself, what do? I need some guidance. I need assistance. Well, what ended up happening is Reiki was put in my path via an email, but I was about ready to delete. Wasn't even going to
Okay.
open it. And then I heard that little voice say, just
You
open it.
gotta open it. Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
delete it. And that's the one thing I am really good about is I do
That's
pay
good.
attention to the signs or when things are in my path.
Mhm.
And so I thought to myself, I'm arguing with myself in my head. Why would I want to open this? So anyway, I opened it and then I scanned through the email. And at the very bottom, there was a Reiki class around the corner. And I thought, Reiki, why do I want to do Reiki? And so I heard that, don't question it, just do it. And I
Yep.
finally acquiesced and I registered for the class. It was a couple
Right.
weeks later. And my first class was actually January 11th, 2009. So that's why I started the channel,
There
just
you
to
go.
start.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was my
It's
15th
good
year
juju.
anniversary. So
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
yeah.
I really do believe, even if we think we know enough about something, or it may be interesting, but how's that going to help? That each thing becomes a tool in a toolbox for us, and that it empowers us in other ways, even if we don't tend to use it as I would say a lot of other people might use it. I was inspired by somebody, Kevin's Loving Vibrations, when he came on a number of months ago, and he was talking about how Reiki opened up his gifts. And when I started this channel, it was all about interviewing people in the spiritual practice and getting people to know about your channel. And but I've been studying metaphysics for 40 years, but I just didn't feel like I had a niche. Like this is exactly what my gift is. So as that happened, everything opened up for me, and I was able to read. I don't like tarot as much as I like oracle. So I do oracle readings and angel and fairy readings and those kind of things. And I just feel like it fits with the rest of my life because I teach symbolism and stuff in college. So it
Right.
really fits.
Right.
And so,
Great.
and I use Reiki on myself. I'm only Reiki 1, but I use it on myself, and I really feel like it makes a huge difference in my life.
It
So,
does make a big difference.
yeah.
And it's interesting. Well, a couple of things that you said. While I had abilities, and by the late 90s, I was involved in using angel oracle cards and doing
Mhm.
readings and really into getting Akashic readings in the early 2000s. And I was very
Mhm.
intuitive. I had a good friend that say, "Why aren't you using this more? You're always answering my question before I even ask it." So, but I'll tell you what, Reiki, one of the things it did do, it heightens your intuition if that's your
Yes.
path.
Right.
But for me, it also really created an awareness about my mediumship abilities. Now, I
Good.
can't say that I get somebody from the other side 100% of the time,
Nobody
but
does. Yeah.
I realized how many people were coming to me, and I was their father, their brother, their husband was showing up, and I
Mhm.
was the one that they sought out. And because I was the one
Mhm.
to give them that message. And I'm
Yeah.
not saying that that's how we use Reiki, but for
Right.
me, that helped
It's
me
an
to
energy
better
boost.
understand
Yeah. Yeah.
where that I really had that ability.
Mhm.
And like I said, I don't want everyone to think like, some people that's not their thing. So it doesn't mean because you practice Reiki,
Correct.
that's what's going to happen. But
Right.
and then the
Yeah.
other thing you said about that, Aley, was the self-care part. Now, my understanding of
Mhm.
the practice for the level 1, all I needed was level 1. I received all my initiations and I could share it with others. So it's
Uh-huh.
interesting how
Yep.
people understand the practice and what level 1 is to them and how they teach others and share it with others.
I
But
agree.
and then
I agree.
then the other thing is the self-care. That's probably one of the most valuable
Definitely.
parts of Reiki practice, or the benefit, I should say. It's
Right.
amazing at how we can shift really pretty quickly from fight or flight to rest and digest response, right?
Uh-huh.
And then we
Yes.
start
Yes.
to feel a little calmer, more relaxed. Sometimes the pain diminishes or goes away altogether.
Right.
Stress,
Yep.
we'll find it reduces stress and
It's amazing.
anxiety at times. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of
It's
benefit.
really it's really amazing. It's just something I didn't know I needed, and that's what you pretty much said about looking at the signs, and you opened that and you said, oh, it's around the corner. Well, that works. And the time is right or whatever. And there it was. And we throw away a lot of messages like that daily. We really do. And you know what? And they keep coming back, and we keep throwing them away until we're ready to see them, I think. And so, yeah, I love that part of it. So,
yeah, and that's when we get quieter, and was it Ram Dass that said the quieter we become, the more we can hear? Well, it's true. And if you practice, engage in some sort of daily spiritual practice, because that's what, in my understanding, Reiki is a spiritual practice with healing benefits, that we really can see those signs that are in front of us, and they show up in different ways. So we do want to tap in and pay attention to them, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's wonderful. Well, I want to talk a little bit more, but I want to say hello. I'm very much interactive with my chatters because they're wonderful. So I want to say hi to Ness and Viviani and Sharon Donnelly. And I'm seeing that people have gone over and signed up for your channel. So hi, Craig. Hi, Nancy. Let's see. And we have Cat Mama here in the Dewdrop Inn. And we have Cynthia Smith. It's nice to see you. Thanks everybody for being here. Craig, it did snow very light. When I took the dogs out, it was very light on the grass. But further up, it's snowing a lot. So it's okay with me if it happens up there and not down here. But yeah, that's the snow. We don't get it much here. And there's Richie. Nice to see you, dear. And Pisces greeter. Hello, sweetheart.
Hi, Pisces greeter.
Yeah. And let's see. Jill Sinanan is here. Thank you for being here, everybody. And Captain Morgan. Good to see you again, sir. I hope you're doing well today. Captain Morgan is psychic himself. He's a great guy. All
Excellent.
Right. And we have Akila. And Craig and Ness, I have your questions. You can put them in. We'll get to them soon. And here's beautiful Tuta Speaks. This is JJ. She's fabulous. Have you ever seen her channel? Have you seen? No. She does light language reading. She's
fabulous.
Wonderful.
Okay, I'll check it out.
She and I come on like, we haven't this last month. We haven't, but we come on like 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. And we do a show on those days. So there's Flower Beauty. And we have Mary Thornberry. It's not a good afternoon, Mary. It's a dude afternoon. I know that you didn't mean that. That's funny. I know you meant good. Pisces Greeter signed up for your channel. Thank you, Pisces.
Thank you, Pisces Greeter.
Yeah. Viviani got your question. Let's see who else. Oh my goodness, we're getting busy. Nice to see Kandi Mullen in person. I've seen you in a chat a few times. Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
I think we go back a long time in chats.
I think maybe you do. Tuta says, I love Reiki. It helped me grow my spiritual practice and my spiritual group of friends. Yeah, I can see that she uses Reiki. Absolutely.
It's powerful.
M. Steve, nice to see you, M. Steve. Hope Mom's doing okay. I'm going to bookmark your question. All right. Or is it a question? My mom's only friend passed. Bridesmaids at each other's weddings. Okay. We'll see if we can get a message from Mom. All right. I'm sorry to hear that. That's hard to lose friends. Millie De La Prida. Flower Beauty got your question. All right. Let's see. Rossi's here and Ann Swantek is here. Thanks for being here, everybody. We've got almost 40 people here this morning. That's wonderful. Thank you for being here. Nancy, got your question? I don't want to miss anybody. Linnea, I got your question. Yes, welcome. Hi, Sally's here. Wow. How's my husband? That's a good question, JJ. He went back on Sunday And I said, you don't want to go back yet because you have pneumonia and you're not feeling strong enough to go back. So he writes me and says, I didn't know if I'd make it. I just felt so awful. And today he was supposed to go into work, and he went in at 7 and turned around and was home by 8. So, men, they don't. And he says, why are you always right? I said, because because I have a connection to up here, and they tell me that, you shouldn't do these things, but they don't want to listen. Golden Yellow, welcome. Nice to see you. That's a beautiful pic. Oh, that's a ladybug there. And here's beautiful Pierrette White, who is also really wonderful psychic. And we have JJ's cool, the High Priestess card. You're absolutely right. She's the deal. She really is. Sammy Burhane, I got yours. Wow. Captain Morgan, you want a question answered? Janet DC. Yes, okay, you Golden Yellow, I got you. I'm just trying to get to the end of this line here. All right, Astrological Tarot. It's great to look at her. She put in everybody's name. She's fabulous. Okay, Pierrette, we'll ask Murray if he wants to come through and talk to us today. All right. Thank you, everybody. I hope I didn't miss anybody, but if I did, I love you and I didn't mean to miss you. So we're just going to talk a little bit more, and then Kandi and I will do some readings for you. So let's go back. You found that path. You went to the Reiki, and then you decided, when did you start teaching Reiki soon after you got Reiki 3? Or
yeah, it was in that first class where I thought, oh my gosh, it just like a light bulb went off. I wanted to teach it.
This was it. Okay.
I went through all levels and training, and I went through the level 1 class several times, just because I could, I guess.
Sure.
And it really helped. And my personal practice, diligent with practicing every day, and meditation too. I meditate.
Yeah. Oh,
so,
yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, and then I did probably later that year, I started with some friends, so I could get used to talking about it and teaching it and, being in front of people, that whole thing. And
oh, that's awesome. So you practiced with them in a lot of ways. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's always really wonderful to be able to do. I know Captain Morgan wants to know, where did you learn it? She said it was around the corner from her house, but was it like a yoga studio, or was it a metaphysical
No,
studio?
and this was at the time I was in Atlanta, Georgia, and I was right around the corner from the Atlanta Botanical Gardens. So I learned it there because I thought, how perfect. I love the Atlanta Botanical Gardens. So it just completely aligned for me.
Right. Oh, that's awesome.
And the Reiki master, he was a traveling Reiki master. Well, he was in Atlanta quite a bit. So I actually had the fortunate opportunity to spend a lot of time with them, and to really truly embrace it and try to, you can read about it, you can listen to somebody talk about it, but until you really start practicing especially the self-care, that's really where my understanding of the practice really helped. It's that personal practice work.
Absolutely.
Books are great, but we need that practical application.
Okay. I agree with you 100%. Randy, you're not feeling good. You're lurking. What can we do to make you feel better? Would you accept Reiki?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, we can do that for you, Randy. If you say you'll accept it, because we can't do it if you don't want it. But sending love to you. If you want us to send some, let us know, and we'll put you in the queue for feeling better. There you go.
And if I can say this, I have 30 days. Now, I'm going to admit, my first 30 videos, they could be I got tired of trying to edit.
I get it. No,
I had a hard time getting used to talking to a camera. I'm okay, like on Zoom, or, I've had to do presentations back in my corporate life, but the YouTube was different. So I do have 30 days self-care practice, Randy. If you want to go, they're free. You can watch them as often as you want. If you want to follow the 30 days. I also have there from the other night. I'd done a virtual healing circle, which is something I
That's right.
started doing in 2020.
Mhm. Yep.
And quite a few people mentioned how much better they were feeling after that. So you could
Good.
watch that and just sort of immerse yourself in that healing.
Absolutely. And, it doesn't matter if you were there while it was streaming or if you're watching it later, you still get the same effect. That's a beautiful thing. So, yeah, make
Right,
sure that
because
you,
when
yeah,
we can just walk away from that belief or limitation of time, distance, and space,
yeah,
then anything is possible.
yeah,
Everything is possible, I should say, right?
that's right. It's
It
funny.
doesn't matter if it's happening now or if it
Yeah, no,
happened.
because everything is now.
Right.
Everything is now. I had put up on my wall, um, on Facebook that my husband was sick, and I said, "Please send prayers, Reiki, good energy, whatever." And somebody says, "I need to know what to do. What is Reiki? I need to know. How do I send that?" It was so cute, honestly, because someone really, really felt like they were missing out on something because they didn't know how to do it.
Right.
So that's
Right.
awesome.
Well, and I
Yeah,
do tell people, if you haven't had formal training or you haven't had the
yeah,
initiations or the attunements, there's still benefit in light
yeah.
touch healing,
Mhm,
right? So whether you're
mhm,
applying it to yourself or whatever,
mhm.
because there's a lot of documented research that
Uh-huh.
touch is very beneficial.
Yeah,
So whether you call it self Reiki, probably not if you're not initiated or attuned, but you
yeah.
are doing self care work.
Sure,
It's the
sure,
intention
absolutely.
behind it.
The intention, that's absolutely right. Randy, you only goes to energy healers. I know that about you, Randy. Randy is really awesome. She's turned her life around. She's sort of a traveling um, um, guru is what I want to call her. And she'll say, "No, I'm not." Well, yes, you are. Anyway, so thank you. So let's get into just a little bit about how the cards spoke to you and how you got interested in doing the cards.
Okay. Well, it was, I was using oracle cards and angel cards back in the mid to late
Right.
90s. And I did that all the way through. And I had been gifted tarot cards, and I just did nothing with them.
Uh-huh.
And so I don't know, trying to think now. Several years back, I just decided to research and learn how to use them and played around with them. And then I found some classes and I jumped in on some of the classes just to
Good.
strengthen my knowledge
Yeah. Yeah.
and to find people to practice with, because that was part of the
I agree.
challenge, because not everybody was open to it. I have some friends that are still kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But while a big part of my community is, much more accepting of all of this, because,
Mhm.
being around people of like mind is super important and
Sure.
is the majority of my friends. But I still have a few people around me that are not so much into
Mhm.
it. So
Mhm.
I started, gosh, really paying attention about 5 years ago, I would say, and
Mhm.
engaging more so in them. And
Okay.
that's how that
That's awesome.
that started. So I really don't know. Well, and I guess too, with having the background with the Reiki practice, and I can be intuitive at times. Sometimes I shy away from it because then people are always asking questions.
Can you
So
get
I have
it's
to
like
turn it
ghost
off.
it's like ghost. Can you please get a message to this person here? I know you can do that. Understand. It's like when you're a doctor and people, "Oh, do you know what this might be or this might be?" Or I get it totally.
Exactly.
I get it totally.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
So
hello,
that's
James.
how
Yeah.
that evolved.
Uh-huh.
And then especially while we had a lot of time on our hands in 2020, I started connecting more with online groups through YouTube, memberships, all kinds of stuff. And
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
um, taking other classes, then became involved in private little groups through Zoom. And that really helped to
Mhm.
strengthen and feel more confident with the cards.
Sure, sure. I think practice, just, continuous practice and knowing it comes from here and not necessarily it's not us. It's
Right.
just
None of it's
we're
us, not
we're
even the
just
Reiki,
filtering it
right?
through our understanding of it. So Captain Morgan says, "Is it possible to do Reiki to everyone in the chat and then have everyone send their energy and prayers to everyone here? Is it possible?" Would you say, Candy?
Yeah, anything's possible.
Uh-huh. Would everybody is there anybody that is adverse to having and what is Reiki? It's energy, it's healing, it's,
Well,
yeah.
I see it probably a little differently than most people. Because
Alrighty.
I'm not really manipulating anything, this is the way my understanding of the practice. Now, I'm gonna
Sure.
say there are
You're the
probably
master.
over 200 methods of Reiki
Sure.
practice.
Okay.
So, my understanding, I've taken traditional Sui Reiki, so, there's really nothing I'm doing. Not like as if I was practicing, medical qigong or like the
Uh-huh.
Donna Eden energy medicine program, where I am really trying to manipulate and have a specific outcome. It's like going to the doctors under
Right.
conventional medicine, and you have a sore throat. What are they going to do? Just treat the sore throat, right? Nothing
Correct.
else. And
That's
just
right.
to have that intervention on that specific condition or symptom.
Mhm.
So with Reiki, I just apply, whatever I visualize, however I set it up. I have a couple of different methods that I do when I'm doing the distant work.
Yeah.
And then I will always say, if somebody does not want this, if it violates their free will, I offer this to go to Mother Earth or Gaia Healing.
Okay. Okay. Well, yeah. Hi, McGrill. You're up for some Reiki.
The
Okay.
other thing we can
Mm,
do is we can actually practice,
yes, that's
do
true.
self
That's true.
practice.
Self-practice. Yes,
Do you all want to
absolutely.
engage in that? I mean,
Yeah,
I can do for the whole group, but you can also, that's probably going to help you understand what's happening.
I agree with that.
What do you
I
think?
100% agree. Yes, I do. So if you're interested in joining in, we'll do just a really short self-care um, Reiki healing. So,
What do you think about 3 hand placements, 2 minutes of hand placement, 6 minutes?
okay, that's fine. That
Okay,
works.
so what I'm gonna
Mhm.
do, I'll set my little timer. I'll announce when we're gonna change
All
hands
righty. All
or
right.
hand placements.
Okay. Yay.
And this is just watch what I'm doing right now. I like to
Oh,
start, I stack my hands. This is how I do it. And I just place my hand on the
yeah,
crown and I
yeah.
hold it for 2 minutes. However, if you do have any issues, keeping your arms up here, please don't worry about it. Place your hands on the heart, upper chest area.
Right.
But this will be the second hand placement, the upper heart, upper
Mhm.
chest. And
Yeah,
then we're going to let's move it down to the lower ribs, kind of that solar plexus area, just an inch
right.
above the navel.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All
Mhm.
right. All right. I'm going to start the timer. Relax. Just relax into it. There's nothing to think about. There's nothing that you have to do. Just focus on your breathing, the sweetness of your breath. And if a busy thought comes in, just say, not now. Simple as that. Okay.
Mhm.
Take a deep breath. Get comfortable in whether you're seated or lying down, and go ahead and place your hands on the crown of your head or your heart. Okay, go ahead and gently bring your hands down to the heart upper chest area. And now bring your hands gently down to that solar plexus area, just about an inch above the navel, right on the lower ribs. All right, at this time, just relax your hands, but I want you to check in with yourself. I want you to notice any subtle shift in how you're feeling, in your state, because this is a really subtle practice. So maybe there's a word or words that would describe how you're feeling. And if it helps, you can think about how you were feeling before we started. Maybe there's a contrast there.
Mm.
So just sit with that word or words, how you may be feeling in this moment, just for a few seconds. Contemplate it. And if you would like, yeah, share that in the comments.
Mm.
And thank you,
Calmer.
Craig. A bit lighter. Excellent.
Yeah. Calmer. Viviani, calmer.
Calmer.
Hi. Light and peaceful, Clarence said. Oh, Clarence, when you're going through a real stressful time, try and do it again.
More deeper breathing as we went through the steps. Excellent. Yeah.
Millie
Gentle
says gentle
peace.
peace. McGrill, fuzzy. Centered. Awesome.
Yeah, just a couple of minutes and we can really shift our state pretty quickly.
We can. Yes. And there's something about the fact that we did it all at the same time that makes me feel as though we shared all that energy, not only with ourselves, but with everyone who was doing it at the same time. So
Absolutely. It's like
that's
we have
wonderful.
this big sphere around us, no
Yes.
matter where we are in the world.
Yep. That's right. If you want to feel it again, you just come back and listen. Yeah. You were looking up for a live and then it didn't pop up until noon. Oh, okay. But then you get here and we're all just sort of zoning out. So I'm glad you stayed. Can you do
Wow,
it more than
Christine
once a
Fryer,
day?
painless. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yes. I think you can do it as many times a day as you want. There's no bad benefit, I don't believe. Is there, Kelly? I
Oh,
can't even
no,
see.
you can't give yourself too much Reiki, so don't worry about
Yeah.
that.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah, the more the
Yeah.
better because it's cumulative too. The more that we
True.
can stay in a state of calm or being relaxed, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
We can operate from a place where we'll be a little clearer and probably have
Mhm.
more clarity and make better choices. We could be pain free because we've moved into a balanced state. You know, it's a balancing
True.
practice too, and then it
Mhm.
helps the our self healing mechanism. It optimizes our self healing mechanism, helping us to function better, supporting us to function better. So the more
Mhm.
work we can do, it's
Mhm.
cumulative.
Yes, Craig's right. Don't do it while you're driving, that's all.
Oh no, that would be the one time I would
Oh,
say
yeah,
that we
that's the
don't.
one it's like they say don't listen to those tapes, that relaxation
Mhm.
tapes while you drive, you don't wanna do that. High vibrational energy, that's wonderful, Rossi, and it's from your own hands.
Mhm.
It's from your own
That's right.
oh, but the energy is coming to you, the universal energy is coming through them. So,
We're
you're
already
not
connected. We're
you're
already
already connected,
connected to the universal energy, right?
and I
There's really
remember
nothing
being
that we have
told,
to
I
do. We
don't
don't have to channel it because we're connected
right.
to it.
Well, and I remember being told we don't deplete our energy when we send Reiki. We actually just use the energy that's left over to do it. So
We I see it more we're a catalyst to help the other person, right?
yes,
We help that
right.
process.
Uh-huh.
But they're pulling from the same energy of the universe that we are.
True. Yes.
So
All it's available
there's
to all of us. Yep. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Well, well, it was special. Captain Morgan asked Kandi if she could do it for the chat, and actually, what she turned around and did was we did it all for ourselves, and she just led us through it. So thank you for the blessing. And it was, this is why I like doing shows where there's really no agenda
Yeah.
because something always shows up that just needs to be done. So that's
Right,
fabulous. That's
exactly.
fabulous. Yeah. Yep.
Always right and perfect at the right time. Hi,
Yes.
Kelly. A conduit,
Kelly's a
yeah.
conduit. Are you in, Kandi, you don't have to say where, but are you in Colorado?
No,
No. Oh, you aren't. Okay.
I'm in
Okay.
a sunny state. It's actually nice today, really pretty out.
Okay. Beautiful. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. All right. Wonderful. All right.
Well,
So
you know what? I say that Colorado is very sunny, so I shouldn't have said
it
that.
can be.
Colorado,
Yes, it
I've
can be.
noticed, has a lot of sunny days. It's just
Yep.
a little colder than where I am.
Than where you are.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yep.
it's like in the
That's
mid
awesome.
70s right now.
Yep. Let's see. So I wanted to, there were two Reiki related questions. So I want to do those first, then we'll do some other questions for you. I keep trying to take my Reiki masterclass, but expenses keep coming up. Should I commit and take the class soon? Any feelings on that?
Yeah, if you, Janet, if you're looking to teach it, if that's something you want to start and you are really interested in doing it right away, then you'll want to take it. But right now, your levels 1 and 2 are going to suffice because if you want to share it with others, you have that ability. To me,
Hmm.
and again, everybody understanding of the practice is a little different. We don't necessarily, unless you want to teach the master or some people break down the master training into advanced Reiki training and then another class on teaching you how to do the initiations or the attunements, whatever you call it,
Yeah,
whatever you personally.
you personally call it. Yeah.
Right. And so I'm getting, don't rush into it.
Hmm.
It feels like the
Hmm.
timing will be revealed to you Yeah, that's what I'm getting. The timing is going to be revealed to you, but right now, hang tight. Do your own practice work. In fact, if you're
Yeah.
doing your personal practice work, I'm getting a really strong feeling this is going to open up for you. And I'm actually getting a feeling that you may have some resources coming your way that's unexpected. That's what I just got.
Perfect. There you go, Janet. But
Hang in there.
remember, you got the first two. So like Kandi says, you've got what you need in order to treat others. Yeah. All right.
Ramp
We have
up your
another.
self-practice.
Good.
That's what I'm getting.
Yeah. Essential Drops of Peace. I'm happy to have you here. You must be coming over to us from Kandi's channel, and thank you so much. I'm happy to be here. I'd love help. I looked at a space today that I could use for an office and Reiki space. Is it the current space for me to rent? What does your gut say? Ooh, isn't this is a riot. I have here that this is the key to your success. You manifested this particular space because it says safety real estate expert on this card.
That's very cool.
Really good sign, especially since it said real estate on it. My goodness. Yeah.
Well, I've got the Emperor. So build it upon a really strong foundation. The only thing I'm getting around is if there's other people in this space, keep your space really clear. I don't know why I'm getting there's some little wonky energy around it. And then I get the King of Swords. So I would say yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-oh. That's wonderful.
What happened?
I just kind of went away and then I came back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry about that. Yeah. I hope that helps you, Essential. Yeah, good cards are right. Good strong cards for you.
Yeah. Stay grounded in your truth to your practice too. Stay true to your practice. I just got that message.
Okay. So Ness wonders about her job search. What happened was a week or two ago, I'm not quite sure exactly. She was let go from a job and she's looking for another job. She's met with some folks and she says she's realizing the landscape is, that is very difficult. Things have changed a lot. So feels a little overwhelming, just a little bit of a hit on possible career options. Okay. Wow. So Ness, I get that you want to be satisfied. Satisfaction's important. It's saying you must love what you do, but look at the bottom because you are a creative person. It says healing, therapy, creative arts, nonprofit. So I'm going to say, see if you can find a nonprofit, possibly, or start your own nonprofit. Look into starting your own nonprofit for whatever that might be calling out to you. That's a big endeavor, I recognize, but be willing to see the bigger picture, and at least you can do some research on it and see if it might be something that would work for you.
So I have again, and I just shuffled the King of Swords. So really analyze because this is a good leader. And I think, make sure the people you're connecting with analyze the people, think it over, run it through your mind. Oftentimes I say, allow your heart to run it through your heart. But in this case, be more logical about it because it is going to be, just seem to be a very challenging landscape, like you said, very different than what you're used to. So just keep a level head because then I have the Queen of Pentacles because I feel like that will open up. Just, use your logical mind, make sure it's the right thing, stay clear, have a lot of clarity because and focus on what it is you want. That's what I get from the King of Swords, focusing, clarity, and then the Queen of Pentacles, you'll have that opportunity. And it looks like with it being a pentacle, you'll have the resources coming that you need. So, stay clear, clarity, focus, and be that true queen of, manifesting.
Wow, that's wonderful. I know you've asked this question many times. Some in the chat are saying April or May, but we are all on your side. We're all wishing you well in finding work. I know it's very daunting to be on the career path and trying to make things fit for you. So good luck to you, dear.
I just had another card from my Healing Waters card, Let It Go.
Uh-huh.
So if there's something
Uh-huh.
that you're thinking about, or thinking about the past doesn't fit anymore, right?
Right.
So move forward and, shift how you're seeing things and what you're thinking.
Yeah, especially since you've already said the landscape is changing or changed. So that makes a lot of sense. Thanks, Kandi.
A new approach.
A new approach. That's right. So M. Steve would love her mom's his mom's friend Shirley Gordon passed several days ago. Bridesmaids at each other's wedding. All right. So you're hoping to get a message for you from, if Shirley's willing to share at this point. It might be a little too soon, but
was Shirley a cook? Did she like to cook? Message from Shirley from Mom.
All right. So I got some strange messages. This is from the beloved dead cards that I have. First one I get is a snake. And so I'm wondering if somebody on the other side that both your mom and she knew is kind of a creepy guy, kind of a snake, kind of odd. And I don't know who or what that would be, but she's sort of like, I'm here with the snake. But then she brings in this message. It says things, and he's holding a bunch of things. And Shirley's saying, everybody needs to know all the stuff we accumulate, all the things we think we need are nothing more than things. It's the relationships that matter. It's the love shared, because all of that other stuff you can't bring with you. And I'm feeling it more and more. I thought it was going to bother me, but when I got over here, I knew I didn't need anything. I sense that it's because she went through hardship possibly in her life, and she maybe finally got to accumulate some things. But, that might have been the generation too. After, I'm not sure how old these ladies are, but if they were around during, let's say, the 50s when things were different, that there might have been some hardships they had to endure. Or it might even be saying, oh my goodness, we're all going back to the 50s and some of the things that have changed on the planet. But she wants you to know, to tell your mom that when a new door opens, walk through it and begin again, because that's what she did. She said, it's a new beginning over here. Don't tell Mom not to be afraid. And she says, I'll be right there waiting for her when it's her turn to come over here. So that's what I get for you, M. Steve.
And I got the 6 of Cups. So reminiscing about the past, right? So
Yeah.
bringing her back, she wants her to remember the fun that they had, the connectedness, the joy that they shared together, that she's always still with her. That's what I'm getting strongly, is she's not far from her. So your mom can talk to her. Is that right? You mentioned from Mom. But definitely bring her back to some memories. And I'm getting, if there's some photos, show her some photos. Is there one in particular? I don't know. I'm getting this something about cooking. I don't know if they enjoyed cooking together or if there was a meal or something, because then the next card I have is the 10 of Pentacles. So family's legacy, but this is going back sometimes. So it's all the joy that they shared together and what they created together. So if you can find those, she wants her to remember all the times that they created and they connected, and she's still around. She's still around.
That's beautiful.
And I'm getting yellow. Bring a yellow out for some reason. the color yellow.
I wonder if when she was a bridesmaid, that if she had a yellow dress. So, that could possibly be. But yeah, if you can find those bridesmaid pictures, Steve, I bet she'd love to look at them again. There you go. Wow. Thank you very much for your question. While we're in the Sammy Berhane, can you please give me your dad's first name, please? Ann Swantek wonders if she can have a reading from Uncle Steve. Uncle Steve. All right. Uncle Steve.
Well, I don't know if I have Uncle Steve. I'm being shown snow and like a green car. So if that, I'm not getting a name.
Okay.
And that isn't unusual that somebody else might come in. And in fact, I've never even done the mediumship like this. So
it's okay. And that's you just say it. And we're this is what you do when you go with the seat of your pants, and you're doing really well. So it's as long as you feel comfortable. If you don't feel comfortable doing it, just say so and I'll do it. And then
oh no, I mean,
okay.
if there's
I think you're doing fine.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not getting Steve. I'm not getting the name, so I don't know. That's fine. No.
Okay. See all the fun you get when you get to go on. And by the way, we're giving out free lottery number winnings. I heard it's like $1 billion. So let's give them all their numbers. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, wow. There we go. There we go.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't that be fun?
Nice? Yes, it would be. Yeah. All right. So what do you get from whoever? His birthday was March 12th, she says. I'll tell you what I'm getting. I'm getting here that he's happy that you're following the compass in your life. In other words, you've pointed your direction that you wanted to go in, and you've been working on that direction for a long time. He says, don't be afraid to change directions if you feel so called. He wants you to know he loves you dearly, and he remembers when you were just a little girl. I love that. I love that. And finally, let's see what else I get. He says, whenever you're feeling your emotions, whenever you're feeling sad, whenever you're feeling lonely, whenever you're feeling happy, whatever, he wants you to check in and say, what are my emotions trying to tell me right now? Especially if they're emotions that are frightening or fearful or anxious. See if you can check in with what your emotions are and what they're trying to tell you. He says, and you can always ask your angels and guides to come and help you to figure it out as well.
All right. So interestingly enough, I did get the 2 of Cups. I don't know if there's something that has to do with snow or a green car, if maybe they lived in an area that was snowy, but so this is a water cup, right? Or water sign, and Pisces is a water sign. So he's around, and he is communicating at a level. If you can tap in, you can actually hear him, is what I'm getting. He wants you to focus more about the Ace of Swords so that you can get greater clarity. Because, this is an air sign, obviously, but the Ace of Swords. So if you aren't tapping into your own ability to clearly get the information, then step into it, because the next thing I get is the 9 of Pentacles. He's saying, he's proud of you for really being that independent individual, that, you have a way of being very resourceful. And so, I feel like he is really, I'm getting this message about the heart being you have such a kind heart. And with that, he is around, and, he's around.
Wow. That's wonderful. Well, the connection never ends anyway, Anne. all you have to do is think about somebody, and they'll come. They will come. They'll be near you, because they love that you're thinking about them. So don't forget that. All right. The last one from mediumship here is from Pierrette. Her husband Murray died not too long ago. He comes and sees her all the time. So we can try to give you a message, Pierrette, but your message is probably spot on.
And his name's Mary.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Maury's being funny. Yep. Are they jumping on you?
Yep.
Are they jumping, Kandi? I get location. He says, I'm right here, Pierrette. I'm right here. I may be under the table. I may be up on the side of the wall, wherever you want me to be, but I'm here. And just because I'm somewhere else doesn't mean I'm not with you. That's so funny. And he says, I know you are doing okay because you are a sovereign being and you know how to be that person. You have the strength, and I know you miss me, and it's okay, but you are so strong in your sovereignty that you are like the Queen of England. I mean, you are just perfect with what you do. He says, I do miss, however, some of the parties we used to have and some of the jokes and some of the fun times that we shared together. But, those are memories that we can always bring back in our minds. And he says, the lessons that you gave me in life and that you learned from me in life have worked out beautifully for the both of us. We were meant to be, and thank you for being my wife. That's what I'm getting. All right.
All right. So it's kind of interesting because I have the Fool. So I feel like what Aley was saying is that, he's saying, remember how we just used to jump off the cliff and we just walk off and we would have this adventure together. And it's those memories that you want to continue to, think about and remember him, because that will actually bring him closer to you while he's in spirit form. And then I think, Aley, you said something about being a queen. Here you are, the empress. You were the, apple in his, right? You were his empress.
Yes. Yes.
And that, sometimes you aren't really paying attention. This is the Four of Cups. And I'm getting that you're not always paying attention when he is around, and that he's around more often than not, and not to see this as a loss because, I have the Five of Pentacles here, but actually celebrate your lifetime, the time that you did have together, and remember the adventure and remember the good times and the laughter. And you are the apple of his eye and the queen of his world, and he is around.
Yep. That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Kandi. So I just have to check in with you because it's almost an hour and we do have a few more people that want questions answered. But if you can't stay, let me know if you need, or can you stay for a little while longer?
Yeah, let's go ahead. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right. From Shirley's obituary, this is from M. Steve. From 1955 to 1969, food market. That's where you picked up cooking. Yep. There you go.
Okay, good.
All right.
Yeah. Excellent.
All right. So we have Craig Dixon. I don't know if you know Craig at all. And he has
Craig and I go back.
Clara Bow. Okay. He wonders if Clara has any advice to go see My Fair Lady. It's her favorite show. So we'll see I'll pull some higher self cards, Craig. Yeah.
She wants to be sure you sing all the music and dance. I don't know how you're going to do that in the theater. That there's it would bring her nothing but great joy for you to connect in, keep that alive for her. Yeah, she is totally on board that,
Mhm.
and she's going to know by you singing. And if you have to sing in your mind, that's okay, because she's going to be right there with you singing.
That's right.
In fact,
Is
she's going
that
to be sitting. I don't know how she's going to do this. She's going to be sitting right next to you. Is what she just said.
on his lap? Probably. Yeah. Is the song "I'm Getting Married in the Morning"? Is that from My Fair Lady? I'm getting married in the morning. I don't remember. Anyway, I'm getting that. Yeah.
My Fair Lady. It might be
Greg,
that.
I get you pull the strings that control your life, she says. You pull the strings. I give you my suggestions. You make it happen. Of course, I'm happy. And I get the sun. She says, I will rise to the occasion. All right. Thanks, Craig. I hope you have a good time. What did
Yeah,
you
I
get?
have the Empress, and
Okay, that's her.
she is totally on board.
Absolutely. Yep. She loves you that you take her to all these beautiful shows and places. They went to see the Glenn Miller band a
Are
week or
they
two ago.
really?
They did, yeah. So isn't that great?
Wait,
Yeah.
I'm getting something funny. She wants a limo.
She wants a limo. Oh gosh. And he can stand there and hold the door for her.
Yeah, you like to say a little hat.
Oh, good, Rossi. That is from that movie. Okay. I'm getting married in the mornings from that movie. All right. Awesome. All right. Viviani, a message from your guides.
Okay,
Viviani
Viviani.
is a person on her own who has risen up and does Akashic Records readings now, and she's fabulous. She works with some of the ladies on their channels, and so thank you.
Yes,
All
I
right.
do. I go, and if I can't catch it live, I kind of can't do the Tuesday nights right now, but I go back and watch her.
Yeah.
Someday I'm going to get a reading from you, Viviani.
There you go. There you go. So
All
what
right.
is
So
planted
what
in your
is your
soul will
message?
sprout. What is I get plant seeds, your dedication and work will be rewarded. But they also want you to go within and connect with your inner child. Don't forget to play, Viviani. Don't take yourself seriously.
All right. So I get the. Are you done, Aley?
I'm done. Yep.
Oh, sorry. So I
No.
get the Page of Pentacles. So, young person coming in, I'm going to take this not about health, but I'm going to take this about your finances, that there's news of money coming in, and it can really be the source of what you're doing right now. Start growing it and really fully stepping into it. I feel like you're holding back a little bit. So embrace it and keep doing what you're doing, because then I get the Two of Pentacles, which is interesting, because I think it's going to open up some opportunities, and you're going to have to make a decision on what to do, because I got a 2 card here, right? So you might be juggling some things right now, and you're not really sure what to do. I don't know. But embrace what you're doing and allow it. Don't force, but allow allow yourself to grow and your gifts to grow, and in a way that may be more unique to others. So don't just conform. That's what I'm getting. And don't force anything at this time.
Yeah.
I get the Well. So you are full. Now this is, I have a deck that has 2 additional tarot cards. The Well,
Okay.
and so you've got a well full of inspirations and ideas to create. So that's what you want to do. Create your own way.
There you go.
Go your own way, right?
You can go your own. That's right. That's perfect.
Yeah.
And make sure to play, Viviani. Enjoy it. Play. Don't worry about it. There you go. Yeah. We are past the time, folks. I would love to answer some of the questions that are just recently being posted, but you have to know that we've already been on for over an hour. We're going to answer the ones that we had in the beginning, but I'm sure Kandi can come back at some point, or I can go on her show if she wants, and we can do it again.
That would be fun.
So there you go. There you go.
Hey, Maria Teresa.
So Captain Morgan, he's been very distant from his parents. His parents are divorced and remarried. Did I make the right decision? Oh, don't look back, Captain Morgan. Don't look back.
Well, I think any decision will take us somewhere along the way, whether it is right or we think it was wrong. it will be revealed to you what you need to do moving forward. But that's just the message I got. So let me see what my cards say.
Mm-hmm.
I get for the timing, you did what you needed to do.
Uh-huh. Yep. I like this, Mary. I think I agree with you. You did what you have to do. From experience, though they drive you crazy, cutting them off will make your heart ache when they pass. Do not waste an opportunity to get to know and love them. I think that's great advice. And the reason that I know that is my brother and I were estranged for years, and he was estranged from my mother. And he spent a good part of his life regretting his decisions. That doesn't mean you should regret that you did it, Captain Morgan. It just means maybe you want to find a way to heal that, because that's important. So I pulled an inner child card. It says it's time to celebrate, cultivate a celebration, an air of celebration today. Celebrate their lives in some way while they're still here, even if you have to do it individually. You don't have to see them all the time and do things for them all the time, but you could reach out to them and say, "Hi, remember me? I'm your son." And here's a really interesting card to think about. What influences affect my decision-making process? Look for the light bulb. There's something that's making you ask this question, Captain Morgan. What is that that's making you feel that you need to look into this a little deeper? So,
And interestingly enough, I get the Lover's card, right? So I
yep.
believe that's a healing occurring because in the traditional white Rider Waite deck, there's Archangel Raphael above the couple, right? So a
Mm-hmm.
healing occurring. So I'm getting that, just like the message, I guess, from Mary is perhaps having these thoughts and creating what it is, the way that you want to set up your connection with them moving forward so that you
Uh-huh.
don't wait too long. But I get the Two of Pentacles, so you have a decision to make, right? And this is in the physical, so it's a
Mm-hmm.
decision that has to do with people that were in your life for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
So make that decision. But I do get the Moon card, so you are feeling
Mediumship.
like there's some more information in maybe your approach,
Mm-hmm.
where are they in their lives, and going into it with having that information before you set that up, so that you come from a place when you connect or meet with them at some point, you're calm and you're not triggered by circumstances. Does that make
There you
sense?
go. I think it does. Much love, Captain Morgan.
Yeah.
Certainly not telling you what to do. That's going to be your own decision, sweetie. But
Nope.
if you're thinking about it, you're ruminating on it. There's something there. That's just the way I feel. All right. Thank you
Free
so much.
will.
Free will. That's right. And he
Lovers,
knows
spaces. Yes,
that.
Leah.
He
Yeah.
does know that. All right. Flower Beauty, can you have a message or guidance from your guides? Is this just generally speaking, Flower Beauty, or I guess we'll do it just a general read for you. There's a kind of a reading that can be done that's called a blind spot reading. I'm going to be doing that this afternoon with a couple of people at 4:00, and it's like people are going to just say, "I want a reading," and we're going to read what the cards say.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's fun.
We're not going to say in what area or whatever. We're just going to do
Right.
blind.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I got a beautiful card for you, Flower Beauty. It says, "Wherever you go and whatever you do, be in love. Strong feelings, inspired, and don't settle for less." As you can see, there's a meandering stream going down here. And so what that's reminding you of is how the stream goes. It flows. It doesn't have an agenda. It can't anyway. But if something is in its way, like rocks or a down tree, it has to go around it or over it or whatever. So be open to the idea that you are in the right place at the right time in divine timing to have this flow through to you. but don't hold on to it so tightly that you don't allow it to happen, because it may happen in a way you don't expect it to happen. Those are wonderful things that happen. When that happens, we're like, wow, I never could believe that would happen, right? So there you go.
Yeah. So I get the Chariot card. So whatever you are thinking is going to move forward. If there's something that you've and I have to say, when I first heard your message, I got flowers or a garden or some sort of like an English garden. So I don't know if there's something that about rooting, planting, it's therapeutic for you, or you're just connected to Mother Earth and feeling very rooted and supported that way. But if there's something that has to do with that, it's going to be moving forward for you. And so I think it kind of building off of what Aley was saying. And, and I get another, like a real physical card, right? It's an earth card, the Page of Pentacles, a young person coming in and sharing news or information, grounding. I keep getting grounding, something about grounding and beauty and flowers and your wishes are for, I love flowers. And I get the 9 of Cups, so wishes fulfilled. So if there is something that you're thinking about doing, it's gonna be moving forward and wishes fulfilled. And then I just pulled the sweet waters, sensuality, romance, enjoyment, fertility, balance. To me, I'm feeling the balance part of this. So connect in and be rooted, and let's see what flourishes. And that's it, flowers. What are you gonna blossom?
Right.
The new beginning.
That's awesome. Enjoy that, Flower Beauty. Yeah. That's wonderful.
Oh, it says it in your name, Flower Beauty. Okay.
That's all right. That's all right.
I didn't even make the connection.
But you didn't even look at it. Yeah. Yeah.
I never, it's funny. It's like reading all this and watching everything.
It's hard to have your head in all the places. I understand totally. Yeah. So Nancy, a message for the month of March. All right. The month of March. Beware the Ides of March.
I'm getting for you, just out of the blue, use this month wisely. What are you thinking about? What do you want to bring into fruition? What do you want to manifest? Yeah, there's something that if you're thinking about, this is the time. Move on it. I now get the visual of the Chariot. Move forward. Don't stop, don't procrastinate anymore. Don't be high in the sky with the analytical thinking, oh my gosh, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. It's time to move on.
I love that. And the card, your heart always knows the way. So simply trust it. Absolutely. Don't be afraid. That's what happened to Kandi earlier when she was talking about seeing an email or whatever, a notice about a Reiki class, and she almost threw it away. She didn't take the message, and then she did. And what a surprise. So there you go, Nancy. That's awesome.
Yeah. I feel like that I have the 5 of Swords. So you're embattled with your, you're in a battle, but to me, it's right now, it's all up here, like overthinking, overanalyzing, and I have the Hermit card. So there's a little bit of light illuminating through, really take what you're thinking about to heart and think about the month of March. I think is significant for you. I'm getting March, April, this spring for you. And then I get the Lovers. So if you need some healing coming through, it's coming through. And it may be that you're going to meet or connect with somebody else, and this opportunity is going to really blossom or come to fruition. But pay attention.
Okay, so just so those know that are waiting, we have Linnea, and then we have Golden Yellow, and then Sammy will read for your about your dad. Okay, so Linnea is here wondering about a message from Spirit. All right.
Message from Spirit.
Oh, this is funny. Oh my goodness. What did we just do here earlier in the show? We did some breathing. Breathe in, it says. Breathe in and practice breath work today. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's beautiful.
Wow.
So you were supposed to be here. Everybody was, but you were supposed to be here for that. And so they want you to know that. And it says You know the way. You know the way, Linnea. Trust your intuition on the journey. I think we discount ourselves. Well, I'm not a psychic. I don't know. And I don't know if I'm making that up. Trust your intuition.
Yeah. Fully trust in it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, are you done? Sorry.
Yes, I'm done.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. So it's so strange. I'm getting the two. I keep shuffling these cards. I'm getting the Two of Pentacles again. So there is,
Yep.
if it is a financial, you're trying to juggle finances. Okay, I'm just going to say there's going to be a clearing that happens so that you can start building upon a stronger foundation. Okay,
Wow.
so and the message I get is, because that was the Tower card, but I'm not seeing a complete annihilation. I'm just seeing it's got to be cleared out. It's kind of like the Ten of Swords. I often read as a, clearing the ground so the new can come in. And then I get the Pearl, alchemy, right? What's alchemy? Change, transformation, the reward at the end. So start clearing out stuff, removing stuff, because right now I think something new coming in for you is really is a little bit of a challenge. And because there's clutter, and it can be mind clutter, it can be physical clutter. So if you want to create change, because the Tower to me is to clear that way so that the transformation and change can begin. So I think that there's something that you might be sitting on and allowing that to come to fruition. Yeah.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. Are those the Alphonse Mucha cards, tarot cards? Do you know?
No, it's the
Oh,
Healing
okay.
Waters Oracle by
No,
Rebecca.
the other one you had with the tarot.
Oh no, that's Matt Hughes. It's the
Oh, Matthews. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
The Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot deck. It's my
That's
favorite
beautiful.
one
It's
to use.
beautiful. It's lovely. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm ready to be barefoot in my backyard too. Somebody just said that sounds really good, actually. All right. So golden yellow, happy you're here. I've not read for you before. Sure, you can get a reading. This will be just a general reading because you didn't have a specific question in mind when you first, but it will act upon what you need to know. So
Are you feeling a little anxious, golden yellow? Linnea, yes, Kandi.
Yep. Let us know if you can, golden yellow, if you're feeling a little anxious. It's funny because there's a story that I teach in my literature classes. She says she was before. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's called The Yellow Wallpaper. It's an old literature story. And it's about a woman who had postpartum depression, and she was in a room with yellow wallpaper, and it stressed her out. It's like yellow is, she kept saying that it smells yellow, and yellow, of course, would be urine, but
Yeah.
it looks to me like she likes yellow. So I don't want to disparage yellow, but
Right. Well,
Yeah.
and too, we can be connecting in with that third energy center, right?
Yeah.
The
And I love
sun.
the ladybug. Yeah, the ladybug is really cool. So what I get for you, dear, is pique. When they say, "Oh, you've piqued my interest," this is what piqued is. It says you have been awakened and provoked. And kindle is a fire that's been, we know that it's something we read, but it's also a fire that can be set in us that piques our attention to our spiritual journey. So I believe you have been piqued, your interest has been piqued in this kind of stuff. And your inner child is also saying, listen, I have something to say. Some of us don't want to listen to our inner child, but our inner child is the way we react to things, the way that, hurts that we've had from childhood, or wonderful memories from childhood, smells that might be piqued when you smell them, that remind you of people you loved or that loved you. So I think you've got some awakening here that you're doing. That's wonderful.
And I don't know if I got the Eight of Pentacles, so we don't know if the uneasiness or the unsettledness has to do with bringing in the resources that you feel that you deserve or that you want. But this card is saying continue to work hard, and you will see an improvement in your finances. But I do get the card of spending more time in retreat, relaxing, meditating, self-care, self-practice, whatever that is, applying your hands, or if you practice Reiki, practicing Reiki, or whatever that is to you, breath work. So definitely retreat. And once you can bring your level or that anxiety down, you have more of the opportunity to bring in more of what you want. So when we operate from a calm state or a relaxed state, it's easier for us to manifest. So that's what I'm getting, is to try to stay more calm and allow things to open and to flow to you. And then I get immerse yourself in training, learning, new hobbies and passions. And the word that really sticking out to me is, are you doing what you're passionate about? So that's where I would step in and really be honest with yourself. Am I enjoying what I'm doing? Because if it's just ho hum drum day in and day out, it might be really time to think, to listen to your inner guidance, your higher self, your spirit team, and maybe move in a different direction, or start with just a class.
Yeah, it's always fun. Hi, Gina. It's nice to see you. You're catching me. You're catching the show right on. We got the last question that we took this morning, and it's Sammy Burhane, and I asked what her dad's name was, and she said his name was Burhane. So I don't know if that's a first name or not, but close enough. I pulled some cards. I have, first of all, he's saying, my baby. Hello, my baby. Or my sweetheart, or my, he says you were such an innocent little baby, and I just always remember you, my baby. So I'm feeling like he's touched that you want to hear from him. He also, this card has come up twice today, but he's also saying, I like the answer that somebody else was given before. So make sure you follow your compass, because the compass card comes up again. And we can always go in a different direction if it's not working for us. But if you follow your compass to see where it takes you and where it leads you to. And if that doesn't working for you, he says, pick another direction. Okay. He said, oh my God, you brought attention to me today, Sammy. And so look it's like the trumpets are all playing up here in heaven. And finally, I want you to spend some time in nature outside, grounding yourself. Let the beauty of nature refresh your soul. So many of us are just waiting and waiting for the weather to change, that are not in climates that are already quite mellow. But even if you can just walk walk a block or walk to the store or whatever, spend a little more time in nature. And then when it gets warmer, spend some time with your shoes off in the bare grass. That's what I get.
Now, I had this, I don't know if there's something about fire, if he was a fireman, or there was something around at the time of his death. And I also see a hatchet. So I don't know if I have him or not, but what messages I have is, it's into the unknown, underworld, depth, courage, facing your fears. So is that something, and maybe the fire is representative of something that maybe facing your fears around something like that, and really going deep with something, though, really going into the unknown with courage. Don't be fearful of it anymore, because this is where you're going to flourish. Oftentimes the unknown is where, I think you said it earlier, Aley, about me kind of stepping into that unknown, opening up something that I was like, no, and, just doing it. I had no idea why I was really going to be doing it. But then reflect and reprioritize. So he wants you to reflect about through some things and look at what is working for you and what's not. And it's time to reprioritize, time to let go of things. And is there something that has to do with patience? Is there sometimes you're just like, let's get on with this. But he wants you to slow down, look at what's there, go deep, have the
Mm-hmm.
courage, face your fear, reprioritize, and then really move forward. I don't know if that makes
Absolutely.
sense or not, but
Yeah. So, Sammy, if you didn't understand that this was us reading for you and your dad, you might just want to go back and listen to the beginning of it, because that's who we were reading when I was doing my reading. That's who we were reading for. So thank you. And thank you to everybody that was here today. We wouldn't be here without you. Thank you so much. Thank you to Kandi, and especially for your beautiful Reiki session with us all. And make sure you go over and like and subscribe to Kandi's channel. Her information is below in the notes. And listen to some of her tapes that will help you out. You can do Reiki 25 times a day if that's what you want to do. You're not hurting yourself. So always remember, and have a beautiful and blessed day.
yeah,
Thank you,
thank you
Kandi.
so much, Aley. I appreciate it. I've
You're
enjoyed this
welcome.
afternoon with you and everybody. It was beautiful.
Absolutely. Take care, everybody. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye now.
Bye.